which means you had extreme living conditions. You had parents who went to the fucking extreme, okay? You experienced the most extreme challenges and motherfucking obstacles and fucking hurt and betrayal. And it started very early on. More than likely when you are a generational curse breaker. And it's a multiple reasons why that happened. One of that is because you already are predestined for this. So like I said before, these challenges and obstacles coming your way because heavy is the head that wears the crown. To be a generational curse breaker, you have to have this resilience, you have to have this courage, you have to have this confidence, you have to have this certain energy about yourself, but also it is entities and it is energy that also knows that you are a generational curse breaker. So its main purpose is to throw so many challenges and obstacles and losses and heartbreak towards you and in your direction that you give up. In your direction that you throw in the towel. In your direction that you stop believing. Because this is the thing about a generational curse breaker. You're not just breaking generational curses for the lineage that came before you. You're going to do it for the lineage that come after you. And even soul community, people who are your family, not by blood, by soul. You feel me? So I'm going to share a little bit of my journey of being a generational curse breaker, and then maybe this may help you all more relate. You know, as I experienced trauma, my earliest memory is 5 years old. I experienced my first traumatic event. And at 5 years old, this is when I became aware of my spiritual gifts. See, being a generational curse breaker, you have this light, you have this calling over your life so heavy that it is energy that is determined to stop you. It is energy determined to distract you. It is energy determined to detour you when you are a generational curse breaker. Because no one before you has broken these curses, has stopped this pattern, has stopped these choices, has recognized what needs healing. No one before you has ever done it. It has never been done. That's why you're your ancestors' wildest dreams. This is where the term generational curse breaker comes from. Because you are the one in your lineage, in this timeline, that is chosen to stop the harmful patterns, the addiction, the toxic relationship choices, the fear, the false evidence appearing real that's keeping you paralyzed and stuck. The not believing in yourself, right? So generational curses show up in our lives in multi-dimensional ways. Our ancestors were afflicted by a lot. And so, like I said, for a lot of us, we had extremes in our childhood, just extremes, whether they were parents, whether they were living conditions, whether they were experiences. We experience extremes. And one of the reasons that we experience extremes is, one, because motherfucker don't want to see you break this curse. Motherfucker don't want to see you heal this pattern. Motherfucker don't want to see you stop this motherfucking toxic choice that has been afflicting you and your ancestral lineage for centuries. Think about that. Let's talk about it. Hey, y'all. Thank you, Star. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate you, Rich Cousin. May everything you give come back to you 100 times fold. Welcome to the Hood Sanctuary, baby. I'm your hostess with the mostest. I'm Spiritual Hood Mystic. On Sundays, I've been ancestral guided to talk about generational curses and what it looks like being a generational curse breaker. It's hard. It's isolating. It's painful. It's hurtful. This is what it means to be a generational curse breaker. But with all that being said, we are equipped with the knowledge. We are equipped with the wisdom. We have the protection. Okay? This is this energy. So on Sundays, we're going to talk about generational curse breaking and what generational curses may look like. I'm going to share a little bit of my journey. Y'all know this is how I started the Hood Sanctuary, how I started my healing journey, how I became a spiritual life coach. It's breaking the generational curses that has afflicted my entire lineage that some of them are not even aware of. Some of these generational curses, the ancestors before us, those gone, and the elders who are still breathing right now are not even aware of the generational curses, are not even aware of the hurt, the trauma, the pain, the disconnection. But we are. We see how the women in our family have accepted less than what they deserve. We see how the men in our family have avoided responsibility and accountability. We see how the ancestors in our family allow fear, false evidence appearing real to keep them stuck in situations, to keep them stuck in places, to keep them stuck in a mindset and a belief that limits them. We see that. And now we are the upcoming elders and ancestors that are chosen in this timeline to break the pattern, the belief, the behavior, the choices. You know? And when you're a generational curse breaker and you have this over your life, you are afflicted by a lot of spiritual warfare. And spiritual warfare is deep, rich family. Okay, spiritual warfare is environmental warfare, our living conditions. Spiritual warfare is love warfare, our romantic connection. Spiritual warfare is family betrayal. Spiritual warfare is food. Spiritual warfare is multi-dimensional. I appreciate you, Raven. Thank you for liking the live. Y'all, my connection is lagging, but no weapon formed shall ever prosper. We use those same weapons and we use them to prosper. Today in the Hood Sanctuary, your favorite spiritual hood mystic is talking about generational curses and being a generational curse breaker. What that looks like, what that feels like. The tools, the rituals, the community space that's here that is open for us to share. I created the Hood Sanctuary about 3 years ago. I've been on my spiritual journey now, healing journey for 10 years, okay? And so I've been instructed for the next couple Sundays, we're going to talk about generational curses. But heavy is the head that wears the crown. And so it is energy that knows that you are a generational curse breaker. And so this energy will intentionally send distractions, will intentionally send detours, will intentionally send challenges and obstacles. Generational curse breaker. To distract you. To make you lose your faith, to make you settle, to make you lose hope and your belief. Because as a generational curse breaker, the role that you play is tremendous in your ancestral, but also in the world. See, your ancestors are not just blood related. Your ancestors are also cultural related. Your ancestors are primordial and premortal, the trees, the birds, the bees. So when you are a generational curse breaker, I'm hearing, what is it? Double trouble for our double trouble? Yes, this is his energy. You fulfilling your purpose, you fulfilling your calling, you fulfilling your mission is going to heal thousands, if not millions, in your bloodline, past, present, future. We are literally afflicted by so many obstacles, challenges, and perceived losses. Because if you give up, maybe so many other people will be affected, afflicted. So, you know, I'm going to share a little bit of my journey. As I said before, generational curses are multidimensional. They look different in all of our families. I'm going to talk about one of my generational curses, and it's the generational curse when it comes to settling in love. A lot of the women in my family settled in love. I always describe this as Betty White. I saw a lot of my women in my family settle for having a piece of man or a piece of love or a piece of something than not having nothing at all. And so that had them not only settle in relationships, but settle in careers, settle in mindsets, settle in beliefs. So when you settle in one area of your life, you begin to settle in so many other areas of your life. And romantic love is definitely a generational curse in my family. Not believing that you can have love, you're deserving, you're worthy. So a lot of the women in my family either shut themselves out to love completely, or they settled for the bare minimum in love. They settled for that Betty White having a piece of man or a piece of woman than none at all. I truly believe that I am the first one in my family to not settle in love. I am currently still doing that right today, not settling in love. And what that looks like is, no, you may still fall for people who are not meant to be in your life forever. You may come into connection with people who are here to serve a purpose on your spiritual and healing journey. And what I mean, what's that look like, is that when Spirit says it's time to let them go, you let them go. You don't keep holding on even though they hurt you. You don't keep holding on even though they betraying you. You don't keep holding on even though they're supporting you. And you don't become bitter. You don't close your heart off. You don't give up. You actually do the opposite. Your heart becomes more fuller. You become more open. You've learned to look at yourself with that self-worth and that self-value and that self-love. And it helps you look at your relationships differently. So this is one of the generational curses that I am here to break in my lineage. Doesn't mean that I'm not open for love. Also, we have to realize that love is an experience. Some people are just meant to come in our life and we're just meant to experience them. That is it. You're meant to experience that man for 3 months. You're meant to experience that woman for 2 years. Some souls are not meant to be in our life for a lifetime. And not getting bitter about that and recognizing the connection. I'm still doing that in my journey currently. So that's one of the generational curses that I am currently actively acknowledging, integrating, and releasing. It is people in my life that I love, not just romantic, that Spirit say, okay, Jonte, they have served their season, baby. Are you going to let go? Or are you going to keep holding on to this relationship knowing that it has served its purpose? Which means you still there after the hurt. You still there after deception. You still there after all the signs and synchronicities. Shit like that, So generational curses show up in our family in multi-dimensional ways. And I'm just using that as an example to share with my rich cousins. How some of us are here to break that curse. And then how does that show up in your life? Let's talk about it. All right. One of my generational curses was abandonment. The first man to ever generational wounds to abandon me was my father. And so because I did acknowledge and integrate that, I began to attract men who fucking emanate my father's energy. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. And when you have these unhealed and unacknowledged generational wounds, trauma, pain, you begin to attract that in your life. And it shows up in multidimensional ways. So I had to sit down and acknowledge that generational trauma of abandonment and start looking at the people that I attracted, not just romantic partners. They were a reflection of my trauma. They were a reflection of my pain. And it was time to either learn or repeat the cycle. So, y'all, generational curses are multidimensional. But we are here to break those generational curses. We are chosen. We are the elder. We are the upcoming ancestor. The ones before you did not get the opportunity. They did not have the courage. They did not have the support. They did not have the resources. We do. And so, this is this energy. Another thing about generational curses, like I said, we are affected by extremes. So we go through extreme hurt, extreme loss, extreme betrayal, extreme disappointment. The things that generational curse breakers experience. Motherfucker can walk a day, a week, a mile, a step in our shoes. And this is because, once again, multi-dimensional reasons. One, heavy is the head that wears the crown. You got to be able to carry this. Two, it's energy that want to stop you, like I said. So motherfucker try to take you through there. I'll share a little bit with y'all. I had extreme childhood abuse and neglect. My earliest memory at 5 years old was a gun pointing down my throat. I experienced so much physical, mental, and sexual abuse that it would have took a normal motherfucker out. The first man and woman to ever betray me were my parents. If you think about that, that can do one or two things to you. It's going to break you or it's going to build you. I'm going to share with y'all, how you can have karmic family. Now, once again, some of y'all need to share y'all journey. That's a generational curse you need to break. A lot of your ancestors died with a throat chakra blocked. They was afraid to share their truth. They were afraid to share their journey because how it was going to make their parents look, their auntie look, their family look. Well, I'm here to tell you, baby, your family will prey on your downfall. Some of your first ops are your family. So some of y'all need to get that out your motherfucking head. Some of your first fucking ops are your fucking family. A lot of us are born into karmic fucking bloodlines. You are the bloodline reviver, baby. Just go ahead and get that on out the way. But I come from a very toxic mother. I had a very toxic childhood. I experienced a lot of toxic behavior. I saw a lot of things that I should not have saw. Let's just say, very deep. And so I'm just going to share how you born into karmic families and even your parents can be used as a tool of mass destruction to stop you from feeling your role as a generational curse breaker, as the one who's going to revive your bloodline. So, as I said, I come from a very karmic mother, very toxic mother. And it was duality why she was used on my journey. It's because of her abuse and her neglect that I am the woman that I am today. I am a spiritual life coach, intuitive reader, a conjuring goddess, a multi-dimensional being, and a spirit-free fucking divine feminine. But it's also because of her that I had addiction to alcohol, to drugs, to low vibrational men, that I was in spaces and places that I should have never been. And we're going to talk about it, all right? Like I told y'all, every Sunday, and I will be posting this on my YouTube, I've been instructed by my ancestors to talk about generational curses and generational curse breakers, what that looked like. So this is just the first episode. Right now, we're talking about extreme childhood trauma and how that looks like in our life, and how some of our parents was the first weapon of mass destruction to stop us from filling that role as a generational curse breaker. They were used to detour you. They were used to distract you. They were used to abuse you so you wouldn't fulfill that role. But also on the other end of that, they were used because that pain is purposeful. That hurt was going to create healing, and those wounds were going to develop wisdom so you could be that generational curse breaker. So they're used in the duality in our life. Yes, my mom abused me, mistreated me like someone on the street, but it was used so I could step into my position. It was used so I could step into my role. Yes, it was painful, but I turned that pain into purposeful passion. Yes, it was hurtful, but I turned that hurt into healing. Yes, I had so many wounds, but that wounds over time developed wisdom. And now I share that with my rich-ass community in multi-dimensional ways. I'm going to share one of the first experiences not one of the first experiences, but one of the experiences where I knew that my mom was intentionally trying to harm me and take me down the wrong path. I was 12 years old, and it was my birthday. Let me know if y'all can hear and see me clearly. Let me know in the chat, Rich Cousins. I would really appreciate it. Matter of fact, let me know where y'all from and where y'all tuning in. We're going to take a garden break. I can see and hear you. South Carolina, welcome in, Rich Cousin. Happy to have you. All right, we're going to keep talking about generational curses, but I was 12 years old, and it was my birthday. And this is how, you can have adults in your family who are grooming you. California, I can see you and hear you. Okay, Raven, Cali in the building, baby. I know who to hit up when I come to these places. I'm happy to have you, Rich Cousins. I was 12 years old, and it was my birthday. Now, you thinking at a normal 12 years old, hey, Dolphin Energy Tarot, welcome in, Rich Cousins. Las Vegas in the building, okay? I had a great orchestrated. Every person that you meet, every experience that you have, every message, every conversation, everything is divinely orchestrated on this journey. So if y'all in the Hood Sanctuary, if y'all here Sunday in the Hood, and y'all tapping into this conversation about generational curses, you are meant to be here. Isaac, we ain't falling for the bullshit, baby, okay? We know you're just looking for attention, all right? Attention. Let's go ahead and get your ass up out of here. All right, we ain't falling for the distractions, baby. We ain't gonna fall for the distractions. We see you peace and love, though. But yes, I'm going to talk about my 12th birthday. Also, I was talking about, how we are faced with the extremes in childhood as a generational curse breaker. So my mom was actually my op. I don't know. I know that may sound crazy. Motherfuckers be, you only get one mama. Yeah, you only get one mama. I am her only daughter. My mom was my first op. My mom was the first person to betray me. My mom was the first person to let people hurt me. My mom was the first person to throw me under the bus. My mom was the first person that I found out that jealousy existed. My mom was the first person that I found out that envy existed. So first thing first, let's get this out the way. A title does not mean anything. It doesn't matter if they're your mama, daddy, cousin, brother, even children, okay, can be your op. They can be your family in the flesh, and they can be your motherfucking enemy in the spirit. So we gonna go ahead and get that out the way. All right, this is one of the reasons why I'm a generational curse breaker. My grandmother's mother did not like her. My grandmother did not like my mother, and my mother did not like me. Okay, so I am the first one in my generation. I am the generational curse breaker that breaks the fucking envy and jealousy when it comes to mother and daughter. Okay, I love my daughter immensely. I could never look at her with jealousy. I will sign off my fucking life to her. She can talk to me about anything. If I got $1, she can have 75 cents and I'll take the motherfucking quarter. I would never judge her. Whatever she does, I'm proud of her. She could come to me at any moment, at any time, at any second, at any minute, at any motherfucking moment. And you know why? The reason I love so wholeheartedly and the reason I love my daughter so deeply, and I want to have that open line of communication. And my mom has tried to do everything to self-sabotage their relationship. It's because I've experienced a jealous mother. I've experienced an envious mother. I've experienced a hateful mother. I've experienced a mother who did not love the only daughter that she was gifted with, and that too was a part of the journey. That too is a part of the journey. We chose our parents. She taught me how to love so unconditionally. She taught me how to communicate with my children. She taught me how to always open space and not judge. She taught me how to let go. She taught me self-worth. She taught me spiritual discernment. She taught me blood make you kin, but it don't make you family. My mother. Yeah. And she was the first op to try to stop me on my journey. She put me in harm's way in more ways than I can speak on. But she was needed on this journey. It's because of her I am spiritual hood mystic. And I am the proud owner and creator of the Hood Sanctuary community, where we grow and heal and ascend through spirituality, wellness, community, and big old hood shit. We come as we are, broken and blessed, holy and hood, real and raw. We transmute energy. We love on one another. We hold space. And every Sunday, I'll be right here talking about generational curses and being a bloodline reviver in our motherfucking bloodline. Clock that. We reviving entire bloodlines because we decided to heal. We decided to speak up. We decided to stand up. We decided to leave. We decided to change. We decided to evolve. We decided to stop. We some bad mama jammas. I want to talk about my 12th birthday. And when I first realized deep down in my heart that my mother was my aunt. You know, on your normal 12th birthday, you should get cake and ice cream, you know, maybe go to a fucking main event and fun town, have a theme, have a sleepover. My mom gave me MD 2020 and weed on my 12th birthday. My mom gave me a punch ball of MD 2020 and weed. What you doing? What you doing to me? What you doing to me? Why would you give me that? Why would you put that energy in my hands? Let's talk about it. Peace guard. Why would you do that? Your only daughter. You will feed her the same addictions that you are afflicted. Giving me MD 2020 and weed was her tool to already try to distract me off my path. Destroy me. Hurt me. Yo, baby. That's a generational curse breaker, spiritual warfare example. She was the reason for my addiction to alcohol as a young child. She used to have me sit on men's lap. I'm 12 years old. While I'm sitting on this grown man lap. Talk to me, Rich Cousins. I need an open dialogue in the chat. I'm literally having conversation with you this beautiful Sunday. While I'm sitting on their lap. While I'm sitting on their lap. So do you hear me? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. A lot of us were targeted soon as we made it out the womb because of the crown that you carry. You know? So, think about that. And I still have so much grace for her. Because my grandmother's mother rejected her. My grandmother rejected my mother. And then my mother rejected me. And still to this day rejects me. Interferes and tries to do her best to interfere with me and my daughter's relationship. Hate that we love each other. I come in town, my mom won't even call my daughter until I'm gone. Still to this day. Being a generational curse breaker is a very heavy job. But I am grateful. Because without her, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. Without her, I would not have started my spiritual healing journey. Without her, I wouldn't start tapping into who I am. The pain was purposeful. We chose our karmic parents. Their hurt, their abuse, their neglect is what we needed so we can step into who we were always meant to be. As bad as that shit hurt. Maybe. My father's already gone. He's been gone for a while. We've did a lot of work spiritually. He's very empathetic for how he lived his life in the physical. And 9 times out of 10, that probably, with my mother, I don't know if I'm going to do ancestral work. We're going to talk about that and we're going to keep moving on. You know how you're not supposed to work with all your ancestors. And for my mother will be an ancestors that I will not venerate unless she comes to me spiritually and has really opened her eyes once she has transitioned. I've made peace with the relationship. I give her so much grace because she was afflicted by a lot of pain. And unfortunately, she's let that pain devour her entire spirit. She puts on a front, and my whole family know about the abuse and neglect that me and my brother suffered. But once again, what happened in this house stays in this house. So a blind eye was turned to it. You know, my brother hasn't healed, still needs a lot of healing. But yeah, you know, and so y'all, this generational curse shit, it is deep. You know, turn poison into medicine. You know, that is so true. Yeah, what I say, I will not be venerating my mother. I will not have her on my altar because you can't work with all your ancestors. And if she didn't like me in real life, her own daughter, she's not going to like me in the afterlife. Unless she truly, truly ascends in the afterlife. And in the afterlife, you still have to do work. So, yeah. And so, you know, every Sunday we're going to talk a little bit. Like today, it was just extreme childhood trauma. You know, how, you know, our first ops sometimes are our parents, our loved ones, our family, and how they're used as a tool of mass destruction to stop us from fulfilling our purpose, to stop us from tapping into remembering who we are, from stopping us from experiencing our gifts. Not saying that it works, it will work, but, you know, yeah. You know, and so at the same time, recognizing that it's duality, you know. Without this pain from my mother and my father, I wouldn't be here right now. You know, without the heartbreak from past partners and friends, I wouldn't be here now. On my spiritual journey, I've learned to transmute literally that hurt into healing, that pain into purposeful passion, and those wounds into wisdom. I am an alchemist. I am unbreakable. Nothing can stop me. And that's what they were used for. My mom was a part of the soul's contract. Ex-partners was a part of the soul's contract. The heartbreak, the pain, the betrayal, the isolation, the not support, the lack and scarcity was all a part of the contract. So I can step into who I am. I am a goddess. I am an alchemist. I am powerful. Everything does work out for me. I am the creator of my universe. It is not where I've been. It is where I'm going. I see a beautiful, bountiful, bright future for me. No, I am not perfect, but I am imperfectly me. That's enough. And so I appreciate all y'all on this beautiful Sunday who got the opportunity to tap in with me on all y'all on this beautiful Sunday who got the opportunity to tap in with me on a new series that I will be hosting every Sunday, and we will tap into generational curses, what that looks like, the experiences, the challenges. Right now the floor is open for y'all. If anybody wants to share, if anybody wants to comment, if anybody wants to ask questions, the floor is open for you, Rich Cousins. This is how we break generational curses. Some of you, it's your throat chakra. A lot of your ancestors did not speak. A lot of my ancestors did not speak. And so I am the one who speaks. My throat chakra is not blocked anymore. I speak loud. I speak proud about my experiences. How do you explain that to your children? I keep it real, Shani, Monique. Let's pin it. And so let me see if I could pin your comment, Shani. I'm trying. Y'all know I'm new to this. Oh, not block. Okay, I pinned. Shani said, how do you explain it to your children? Well, surprisingly, children really enter and understand because they're more tapped into the spiritual than adults. A lot of us, we have been conditioned and everything so much that children still have this light, youthful, spiritual energy. So First of all, they really understand. Second, I just explain it in a way that I explain it to y'all. I'm real honest with them about the spiritual. I'm real honest with them about patterns. You know, I'm real honest with them about how you've been treated, right? And so I'm very honest with my children. I hold sessions like right now I'm live. My son is in the room. So he's absorbing everything I'm hearing, right? He's taking it all in. He's hearing both sides of it. So I'm fucking 1,000 with my fucking kids. My kids know that my mother do not like me. My kids know that she does not fuck with me. You know, matter of fact, she's kept the generational curse going by only fucking with my daughter. My sons don't even fuck with her, you know. They call her evil and all type of things. So, like, they know. And they're very aware. You know, they are very aware of how my shortcomings in the beginning. I became a mother at 16, and early on in my journey, her trauma, her pain was afflicting my motherhood, was afflicting everything. I was a mother at 15. Like, yo, I kept it real, and keeping it real with them changed a lot, you know. And so 13.3K likes, that is my policy. I'm gonna keep it real with them, and I let them see me in the real and raw, you know. And so, and they see that they mom have changed. I'm not the same woman that I was at 15, right? You know, and that's another thing about your change. It's one thing for your parents to be toxic, but it's one thing to change. My mom's never changed. She's never opened that door. You know, with 15 and 16 and 17, I'm a mom. I made so many mistakes. But I was able to learn very early on, and I shifted that, taking accountability, open doors for my children, hold space, move a different way. Some people never caught on, like my mother. Never open space, never taught me anything, like, and so, you know, I've learned to accept it, so. That's where we at with this, y'all. And she continues to try to come between me and my girls and pass that trauma to my girls as well. Yeah. I just got a message. You know, I got a message from my daughter, and she was like, you know, don't say nothing to my granny, because if you do, she ain't gonna let me use the car to go to work. She ain't gonna help me do this. Look, that's so much manipulation and narcissistic behavior that if I take up for you, that she's going to mistreat you. She ain't gonna be there for you. She's not going to talk to you, even at her big 70-year-old age, you know. And I look at it and I get angry a little bit, but I also look at it from a spiritual standpoint. Like, I feel so very sorry for her, that pain that she endured. You know, her blood remembers too, not just the pain from her mother, but from her grandmother and on and on. It's just not, it's plenty generations. Her blood remembers, and it devoured her very soul. And as I look and I feel sorry for her, that you go through these great lengths to hurt your daughter, your seed. What you say, Dolphin? How long you been on your journey, and do you feel people try to sabotage you for being you? I've been on my journey. I just celebrated a decade. I've been on my spiritual journey. I've been a spiritual life coach for 5 years. I've been in the public eye for 3 years as well, okay? I've been in the public eye for 3 years. And this is the thing. People can't sabotage you once you step into this certain power. Once you step into this certain confidence, where you step into this certain energy. What they say and how they feel, you begin to realize is a reflection of them. It's a reflection of their trauma. It's a reflection of their pain. It's a reflection of their conditioning. Now you stand up for yourself, but you realize every battle ain't yours, it's the Lord's. And sometimes to protect your energy and your peace, Your silence is your greatest motherfucking weapon. Your silence is your greatest motherfucking tool of mass fucking destruction. It's to not even give them your energy. It's to not even acknowledge them. I began to look at people like this. We have souls who have yet to graduate from lessons that I have already learned. And that's very unfortunate for you. And that's it. And I stopped looking at titles. I don't care if you my mother, okay? I don't care if you are my mother. I don't care if you are, I don't care if you are goofy ass. I don't care if you are a friend. You know, it is what it is. I'm protecting my peace at all costs. I just recently came to peace today that I got to let someone go that I do not want to let go, right? And so as a spiritual life coach, I continue to go through initiations and experiences for my community. I got to let somebody go now that I don't want to let go, you know? But to be honest, we are not on the same path. To be honest, we are not going to the same level. To be honest, they can't give me what I need. And I know that. And I recognize that. And I know that I have to leave this person behind. You know, and this is one thing. This is that generational curse I told y'all I was breaking. You know, most women in my family would stay to the last motherfucking end. You know, would fucking keep staying around, would keep motherfucking settling for less. What's wrong with my... I can't do that. You know, I can't do that. You know, as bad as I want you in my life, as great as chemistry that we have, a good energetically, spiritually, emotionally. So I gotta let you go. Even if I don't want to. Learning that our experience was great, but our time is up. And the purpose has been served. That's the only way we sabotage. The signs, the synchronicities, they're always there. And I've been guilty of holding on to people long. That's another thing with being a generational curse breaker, a chosen one, a healer. You see the beauty, you see the potential, you see that person from their higher perspective. But we got to learn that the experience over, we got to start looking at people as an experience. When they coming in, it's an experience. That's it. And that helps us detach when the relationship no longer matches our energetic frequency. When the relationship is no longer holding space. When the relationship no longer makes us feel safe. All right, I got the experience. The purpose has been served. The season is now over. Let me love this person and let them go. I just had to program the motherfucker in my phone. Just let them go. That's the hardest thing, is letting a motherfucker go that you love. But energetically, they don't align, especially family. You like, oh my God. Like, damn, I do not want to let my family go, yo. But that don't matter. Family will motherfucking pray against you, hurt you, mistreat you. You know, and so, yeah. So, do we got any other questions or comments? I appreciate y'all for sharing and commenting. I appreciate y'all from holding space. Shout out to all the generational curse breakers in the hood sanctuary today. Those who bold and brave enough to break curses and patterns and behaviors that those before us didn't have the opportunity, the courage, or the support to do. Shout out to you. Shout out to me. Oh, I told y'all we're pulling from the Message of Ancestor deck. That's going to be our deck on Sunday. I'm also going to open the floor for donation readings if y'all want something personal. I really enjoyed today. I was a little anxious about how it was going to go and how Spirit wanted me to flow, but it flowed as it should. And like I said, what I've been channeling heavy today is y'all throat chakra. You know, a lot of people in y'all family had some shit to say and then motherfucking say it for the sake of family, for the sake of your peace. And I get all that, but sometimes some shit need to be said, even if it ain't said to that person. It need to be said in a safe space. It need to be said with your home girl. It need to be said to that fucking tree. It need to be said to the fucking cat. But it needs to be motherfucking said, okay? It needs to not be held in no motherfucking longer. You feel me? That's why motherfuckers are like me, you know, especially in my family. That blood shit. Blood make you kid, it don't make you family, baby. I'm just trying to tell you. So we're going to pull from the message of ancestors. I appreciate y'all. Today has been beautiful. All right, so I've only used this day a couple of times. So I'm excited to see what comes out. To get this message from our ancestors who we are venerating every time we walk away from things not fulfilling. Every time we decide to have faith and take leaps and motherfucking bounds, we are venerating an ancestor. We are liberating our bloodline. So shout out to us on this beautiful Sunday. Peace and love to everybody pulling up. Sunday in the hood, baby. It's been a time. Today we tapped into generational curses and being a generational curse breaker. It was definitely a beautiful session today. We ended this session with a message from our ancestors. I'll see y'all next Sunday, okay? The time may be different, but I'll be here next Sunday. As the Hood Sanctuary has a new series called Bloodline Revivers, okay? Most of us are the bloodline revivers in our bloodline. Here to revive the bloodline, break the patterns, the choices, recognize the trauma, and make decisions, choices, and do the healing that no one did before us. Because they couldn't, because they were afraid to. It's multi-dimensional reasons. We ain't here to judge them. We just here to do what they could not do. I appreciate all those who appreciate me. We're going to close this session with a beautiful message from our ancestors. And then we're going to end this session on this beautiful Sunday. I may come right back with a quick energy check-in as we start this beautiful week. I don't know. Don't hold me to that because it's a beautiful day this Sunday. So may just go out in these streets, okay? Bottom of the deck is air. Breathe. See, our ancestors are not just blood and culture related. Our ancestors are premortal and primordial. Sometimes, rich cousins, when you can't change what's happening to you or around you, all you can do is breathe, bitch, okay? You can breathe yourself into a Kundalini awakening. You can breathe and you can regulate your nervous system. You can breathe and previous solutions that were not there, they will begin to appear, okay? So at the bottom of the deck, we have air. Some of you could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But overall, for my rich cousins on this beautiful Sunday in the hood, the bottom of the deck energy, which is the overall energy, even before I shuffle the deck, is air. Breathe. Deep ass breath. As long as you got breath, you got options. In the words of the amazing hood healer. Y'all know what I say. As long as you can look up, you can get up. And it ain't over till it's the end. And if it ain't the end, it ain't over. You're being asked on this beautiful Sunday the message from the ancestors as we close Generational Curse Breakers. Beautiful session today. First episode in the Hood Sanctuary. Breathe. If you can't do shit, breathe through the chaos, through the challenges, through the obstacles. That's your connection to the divine. That's your connection to spirit. That's your connection to solutions and resources that may have previously eluded you because your nervous system was unregulated. Bitch, you got some anxiety. Little worry, little motherfucking doubt, bitch. Breathe, bitch. Let's do it together. You feel me? Let it out. Air at the bottom of the deck. Overall energy. As we bring this bloodline revive us, baby. This was a good episode. This will be posted to my YouTube. Okay, I'm going to have me a mic for the next episode. All right, ancestors, what's the message as we close this generational curse breaker session? Woo! Y'all see how that flew out the deck? Hold up. Oh, they don't make me work for it. Didn't I tell y'all it's y'all throat chakra? We got fucking voice. I know what I be talking about. We got voice. Didn't I tell y'all it's y'all voice? We got singer and we got voice. Some of y'all need to open up that throat chakra. Some of y'all literally need to sing. From others of y'all like me, it's your voice you need to speak. When you speak, souls listen. Okay? Timelines shift. All right? Miracles occur. As you can see, her arms is wide open. Some of y'all need to sing. Singing is very important. All right? Your words have power with voice and singer. As we close with a message from the ancestors. You got something to say. Maybe it's through singing. Maybe it's through poetry. Right? But it's sharing your gifts. It's your voice. You don't need no more Mucinex. You don't need no another cough drop. Y'all know physical disease is spiritual imbalance. Your throat chakra blocked because, bitch, you got something to say. And it's time for you to say it. In a creative way that only you can. Okay? With singer. All right? Appreciate you. Y'all welcome. Okay? One of the ways that y'all can thank me is by liking, sharing, and commenting on the live. All right? If y'all would like to buy me Starbucks or y'all would like to contribute to the Amazon wish list, the link is in my bio. I definitely would appreciate it. All right? May everything y'all give come back to y'all 100 times fold. Because I do this from my motherfucking soul, baby. Okay? We're going to keep going with this voice energy. Our closing message from the message from our ancestors. Yes, yes. Okay. Get these lips right here on live, okay? Colored outside the lines, but it's still beautiful. We got this voice energy. I'm going to read this energy. This is beautiful. Okay, pink could be significant. I got on pink right now. Her hands up to the sky. Some of y'all need to speak to God, your ancestors, the universe. All right? The universe is not on a budget. What do you want? What would you do if you knew you would not fail? Some of y'all got some shit to say. It ain't all about how you say it. It's what you say, and fuck it. Sometimes it ain't about what you say. Tell that motherfucker what need to be said. Get it off your chest, baby. All right, voice. We got singer. So let me find this energy. Y'all know I'm new with this deck, but all right. Did I just go to it? I just went to it. Here we go. Oh, this long. I ain't reading all this. All right, here we go. I'm going to read this for it. Sing as if no one is listening. Okay? The self-conscious you may feel when you sing or attempt to sing or extend your voice, fostered by shame that most likely was embedded early in childhood. So in childhood, a lot of y'all was shunned like me. You know what I'm saying? You tell a motherfucker how you feel, they tell you shut the fuck up. You try to express something, shut the fuck up. You a kid, you don't know nothing. Motherfucker try to tell you don't know nothing as a kid. So as an adult, you have a hard time expressing your motherfucking self. You have a hard time telling a motherfucker what it is and what it ain't. Because as a motherfucking child, you was told to shut the fuck up, be the motherfuck quiet, okay? Not no motherfucking mo. I'm telling you what it is and what the fuck it ain't. And depending on how you motherfucking bother me, it's going to depend on how my motherfucking tone. Go ahead, fuck around and find out. Mother, cousin, aunt, friend, auntie, job, I don't give a fuck no more. Oh. Sorry. Ooh, sorry about that. I snapped in it, didn't I? Hold on, Rich Cousins. Okay, my man. That was most likely embedded early in childhood. Physically restricts your vocal cords and constricts your breathing, tightens your muscles, and inhibits the range of your voice. The result is when you attempt to sing, your inner critic jumps in to chastise you. This literally may be for a singer, but for all y'all, it's about extending your fucking voice. Speaking up, okay? This reinforces the already existing shame you feel from childhood, from self-expression. Ooh. The barriers that were constructed in childhood and maintained through adulthood can now be dissolved. Motherfuckers want to hear what you got to say, Rich Cousin, okay? However, it will take your willingness to do what's necessary to lose that well-rehearsed self-conscious self-doubt. Start by singing in the shower. I just heard start by expressing yourself to one person. Sing when no one's listening. With or without music, make songs up just as an uninhibited child would do, okay? Damn, it's long. Over time, you'll find that expressing your voice increases your confidence. Most of all, have fun with this. And remember to call on this ancestor to support your efforts, okay? So remember, all our ancestors have gifts. They didn't just give us trauma and challenges, because they gave us our fair share of those. But they gave us gifts. They gave us knowledge. They gave us wisdom. They gave us protection, still to this day. So for some of you, you need to call on your ancestral who had that voice, who had that confidence to speak, to share their voice in a very vocal way, all right? Whatever way that may look like, okay? I'm seeing podcasting, maybe going live on TikTok like I do. For some of you, it's literally fucking singing, but it's expressing your voice and expressing your truth. You can call on your benevolent ancestor, your elevated ancestor closest to the sun, to help you with speaking, to expressing your confidence and your gifts. Okay? I like that. That was nice. That was nice, Rich Cousins. Okay, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all's Sunday. Have the most amazing, most bountiful evening. I will be posting this on my YouTube. Thank you to everyone who liked, shared, and comment. Go subscribe to YouTube if you haven't already. May everything you give comes back to you 100 times fold. And those who be in the hood sanctuary to just be watching and monitoring, once again, may everything you give come back to you 100 times fold. Ashe, amen, namaste.